You're breathing. Your heart is beating. The sun rises, and a new day begins. But pause for a moment. Are you truly living, or just getting by? The Buddha taught, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. In a world so noisy and fast, is it possible to live by that one word, peace? Imagine this, you've got most of what you wanted. A steady job. A comfortable home. A family that loves you. Maybe even the kind of success others admire. And yet, at night, when the lights go out, a quiet question stirs in your chest: why do I still feel empty? Day after day, the routine continues: wake up, coffee, traffic, meetings, deadlines, bills. A week passes. Then another. Sometimes, in the middle of all this motion, you catch yourself wondering, is this really it? Is this what it means to live? Yes, you are existing. But are you truly alive? Long ago, a man came to the Buddha, worry heavy on his face. He said, I wake up every day, I work, I provide, I sleep, but I feel like a ghost moving through my own life. The Buddha asked gently, when you eat, do you taste your food? When you walk, do you feel the ground beneath your feet? When you breathe, do you know that you are breathing? The man fell silent. Because the answer was no. And in that silence he realized, he was alive, but he had not truly lived. So what if life is more than survival? What if, within the Buddha's teachings, there's a way to rediscover a life that is deep, whole, and fully present? What if happiness is less about what you achieve and more about how you see? Less about what you hold and more about how you breathe? In this journey, we'll walk through timeless wisdom, not as distant philosophy, but as a lantern for modern life: acceptance, letting go, mindfulness, compassion, stillness, and purpose. Each key opens a door, back to yourself. So, take a deep breath. Let's begin. Life isn't happening tomorrow, nor yesterday. It's happening right here, right now. True living begins with accepting reality as it is. When we resist, when we insist things should be different, we push ourselves away from life as it's unfolding. We dream of a day when things will finally be better, or cling to a past we wish we could edit. The tighter we cling to those illusions, the more we miss the only thing that truly exists, this moment. The Buddha taught that suffering is a natural part of life. The First Noble Truth says life contains suffering, birth, aging, illness, loss, not getting what we want. But he didn't say this to trap us in despair. He showed that when we see suffering clearly and accept this truth, the path to freedom opens. Suffering isn't our enemy. It's a mirror that helps us understand ourselves more deeply. Acceptance is not the same as giving up. It's looking reality in the eye, and then acting with wisdom. Imagine you're in the middle of a wide river. Rowing hard against the current wears you out, and still you're swept away. But if you learn to move with the flow, you stop fighting. You keep your hands on the oar, adjust your course, and the river carries you farther. Reality is that river. Acceptance isn't letting go of the oar, it's partnering with the current instead of blindly fighting it. Another story: a man is struck by a poisoned arrow. Instead of pulling it out, he demands to know, who shot me? Why me? Where did the arrow come from? The Buddha taught that the first thing to do is remove the arrow. Accepting that we're wounded is the first step toward healing. Think about the last time you were stuck in traffic. Your body tensed, your heart raced, your mind spiraled. No matter how angry you got, the cars didn't move any faster. In moments like that, resistance just drains you. But if you accept, I'm in traffic, you can put on soft music, breathe, maybe even smile. Same situation, completely different way of living. Acceptance is the first step to freedom, even when circumstances haven't changed. Next time you feel uneasy, try this. Pause. Take a slow breath in and an even slower breath out, 3 times. Ask yourself, what am I resisting? Instead of judging the feeling, let it be. Watch it like a cloud drifting across the sky. When you do this, you realize you are no longer a victim of emotion or circumstance. You become the observer, and from there, you can choose your next step with clarity. Acceptance is the first key. But the journey doesn't end there. After acceptance comes another art, the art of letting go. That is our second key. Tight fists can't receive anything new. Only open hands can welcome life in. So many of us carry too much, painful memories, disappointments, unmet expectations. We clutch them, believing that holding on keeps us safe and in control. But the tighter we hold, the heavier we become, and the more exhausted we feel. Letting go isn't loss. Letting go creates space, so something new, wholesome, and bright can enter. The Buddha taught impermanence, everything changes. Nothing is permanent, not even who we think we are. When we accept this, we see that clinging to what is always shifting only creates suffering. Letting go isn't indifference. It's understanding that nothing belongs to us forever, so we can love and cherish without chains. The Buddha also taught not self. As we release the small, rigid me, we don't lose ourselves, we become free. A Zen teacher once held up a cup and said, "To me, this cup is already broken. One day it will fall and shatter. Knowing this, every time I drink from it, I cherish it. While it's here, I enjoy it. When it breaks, I don't despair." The already broken cup is a teaching on impermanence. When we remember how fragile everything is, we appreciate it more while it's here. And when it's gone, we can smile, because we lived fully with it. Another story, two monks walked a muddy road. A young woman couldn't cross. One monk lifted her and carried her over. Hours later, the younger monk grumbled, "We're monks, why did you carry a woman?" The elder smiled, "I set her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" That's letting go, putting the burden down so the heart can be light. In modern life we cling to many things. A relationship that no longer brings joy. A job that drains us but feels too risky to leave. A hurtful comment we've held in our hearts for years. These are like stones in a backpack. The more we carry, the heavier the path. Imagine setting one stone down, how much lighter would the walk be? Set down another, how much freer would your steps feel? Letting go isn't a single act, it's a way of living. It turns every day into a chance to breathe, to soften, to truly live. Try this, write down 3 things you're gripping, maybe a fear, a memory, an expectation. Look at each and whisper, "This too will change. I can cherish it without clinging." Fold the paper. Set it down. Take a deep breath. This won't erase difficulty overnight, but it gives you space, and reminds you that you can put the weight down anytime. Letting go doesn't reject life. It opens you to more of it. And from that openness, we step into the next key, living mindfully, being fully present in each moment. The miracle isn't walking on water. The miracle is walking on the earth with ease. Thich Nhat Hanh. If acceptance helps us see what's true, and letting go helps us move lightly, then mindfulness is the bridge that brings us back to life itself. Often our bodies are here, but our minds are elsewhere, planning tomorrow, regretting yesterday, worrying about everything. We're physically present but mentally absent. Mindfulness is the return, being fully alive to this very moment. In the Noble Eightfold Path, the Buddha taught right mindfulness, knowing what's happening in our body and mind without judgment. With mindfulness, we truly live. Every breath, every step, every small gesture becomes a doorway to wonder. Without mindfulness, we miss our own lives. With it, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Once, while walking in the forest with his disciples, a monk asked the Buddha, "Lord, how do we practice mindfulness in a busy life?" The Buddha smiled. When walking, know you're walking. When sitting, know you're sitting. When eating, know you're eating. When breathing, know you're breathing. Just that. A simple image for mindfulness is a warm cup of tea. If you sip while scrolling, worrying, and multitasking, tea is just another habit. But if you pause, feel the warmth, breathe in the fragrance, taste slowly, suddenly the whole world seems to rest inside that cup. Mindfulness doesn't add something new to life. It opens our eyes to the miracle already here. Today's world is full of distraction. We eat with our eyes glued to our phones. We talk to our kids while our minds draft emails. We walk outside while our attention is trapped in the news. No wonder we feel empty. It's not a lack of experience, it's a lack of presence. Mindfulness brings us home. When washing the dishes, just wash the dishes. When listening to music, just listen. When sitting with someone you love, just sit with them. That simple practice is a doorway to deep happiness. Try this, 1 grape practice. Hold a grape, or any piece of fruit. Before eating, pause. Notice its shape, color, the light on its skin. Touch it, feel the texture. Lift it to your nose and breathe in the scent. Place it on your tongue without biting. Then gently bite, letting the flavor spread. Chew slowly, aware of each movement. With 1 grape, you can live a whole, present moment. Extend this to eating, walking, conversations, and life becomes vivid again. Mindfulness returns us to the present, to real life. But presence alone needs nourishment, another kind of energy, compassion. That is the 4th key. Living without love is like a heart that doesn't beat. We exist, but we don't truly live. If mindfulness brings us home, compassion opens the front door. A life revolving only around ourselves dries up. When we offer love, life grows wide, connected, and meaningful. Compassion isn't just a feeling, it's a way of living, a healing current. It softens a hardened heart and lights the path ahead. Buddhism speaks of 2 twin energies, metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion. Metta wishes happiness for others. Karuna wishes freedom from suffering for others. When our hearts are full of these, we stop living in a cramped me. We live like part of the ocean, vast and open. Compassion doesn't play favorites, like sunlight, it shines on everyone. Picture a mother who yells in anger, and her child bursts into tears. Seeing the fear in those little shoulders, her heart softens. She gathers the child close, tears mix, anger melts, love remains. Another story, a grieving mother begged the Buddha to bring her child back. The Buddha said, "Bring me a handful of mustard seeds from a house that has known no death." She searched every home and found that each had lost someone. Finally she understood, death touches all. And in that understanding, her private grief transformed into compassion for every grieving heart. Our suffering can become the seed of compassion, if we open. Today many chase success, money, recognition, yet still feel lonely and cold. Because hearts go unnourished by love. You can drive a luxury car and live in a beautiful house, and still feel empty without connection. Or you can live an ordinary life and give a smile, a kind word, a warm hug, and feel richer than any treasure. Modern science even shows compassionate acts reduce stress, support heart health, and may lengthen life. But more than that, compassion helps us be fully human. Try this short loving kindness meditation. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and send these wishes. First, to yourself, may I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. Then to someone you love, may you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. Then to a neutral person. Then to someone you're struggling with. Finally, to all beings, may all be safe. May all be peaceful. May all be happy. 5 minutes a day, and your heart begins to widen. Love needs no speech, it spreads like a fragrance, touching others and circling back to nourish you. When we live with love, life warms and deepens. To keep that love strong, we need soil that nourishes it, inner stillness. That is the 5th key. In the quiet space between two thoughts, life reveals its pristine beauty. Our modern world hums with noise, notifications, traffic, endless pings. Inside, there's noise too, thoughts, worries, regrets, fantasies. Life blossoms when we find stillness within. Not a forced silence, but a natural settling, where the mind stops chasing past and future and rests in the present. The Buddha taught meditation as the path back to steadiness. Sit and watch the breath, and you'll see the mind is like a lake. When stormy, it can't reflect anything clearly. When calm, the water clears and you can see the bottom, just as you see reality and yourself more clearly. Stillness isn't escape. It's a clearer way to meet life. A student once asked a teacher, "I try to meditate, but my mind won't settle. What am I doing wrong?" The teacher smiled, "Imagine a jar of water filled with sand. Keep shaking it and it stays cloudy. Set it down, and the sand settles by itself. Your mind is the same. Don't force it to be quiet. Sit, breathe, watch. Stillness will come." Today we rarely sit in true rest. We eat while scrolling. We walk while listening to a podcast. We work while checking notifications. Our minds get no pause, and we feel exhausted, even without heavy labor. Without stillness, we're like a phone that never recharges, eventually it dies. But a few minutes of inner quiet each day refuels us, brings clarity, steadiness, peace. Try this 10 breaths practice. Sit somewhere quiet, spine tall, shoulders soft. Close your eyes and rest your attention on the breath. Follow 10 exhalations, counting 1 to 10. If your mind wanders, gently return, no scolding. After 10 breaths, sit a little longer and enjoy the calm spreading within. 2 or 3 minutes a day can change how you meet the storm, finding open sky inside yourself. Stillness returns us to our deeper nature and shows us what truly matters. From that depth, we can discover something essential, meaning and purpose. That is the sixth key. Existing is instinct. Truly living requires intention. We can drift through life, work, spend, eat, sleep, and never aim the boat. A life without purpose is a boat without a harbor. Purpose doesn't mean doing something grand to change the world. It means living aligned with your true values. A purposeful life is one where, each morning, you know why you're here today. In the Noble Eightfold Path, the Buddha taught right livelihood, sustaining ourselves by wholesome means. This is bigger than career, it's a way of living that nourishes awareness, love, and wisdom, instead of adding suffering to ourselves or others. Meaning isn't only in outcomes, it's in intention. A small, wholesome seed planted in daily life bears fruit in happiness. Consider someone who left a high-paying job that felt empty and opened a free class for kids who needed help. He wasn't as wealthy as before, but each day he saw a child smile and knew, this is real living. Or picture a candle. You can keep the light for yourself, or you can light other candles. The miracle is that when you share the flame, you don't lose yours, your light grows brighter. That's purpose, find your light and offer it. Today many confuse success with purpose. Some reach dazzling careers and still feel lost. Some own much and feel hollow. Success can be driven by comparison and expectation. Purpose only rises from within. Purpose doesn't have to be big. It can be. Nurture your family with love. Bring joy to your coworkers. Help a stranger with a simple kindness. Small purposes, live daily, add up to a meaningful life. Try this, sit somewhere quiet with a pen and paper. Write down the 3 most important reasons you want to wake up tomorrow. For example, to care for my child. To learn and grow. To spread calm to those around me. Keep this list with you. When you feel lost, read it. It's not a far-off goal. It's a present moment reminder, to live today by what truly matters. When we find purpose, every day becomes a meaningful gift. Looking back, we see we didn't just exist, we truly lived. You've now heard the 6 keys. Acceptance, freedom in the present. Letting go, setting burdens down to welcome the new. Mindfulness, being fully here, moment by moment. Compassion, living with an open heart. Stillness, seeing clearly and renewing your energy. Purpose, giving each day meaning beyond mere survival. These aren't abstract lessons. They're doors back to yourself. Pause and consider, you're alive, you're breathing. That means you can choose again, right now, to not only exist, but to truly live. Living isn't about accumulating more. It's about feeling, being present, loving, and giving. It's seeing beauty in a deep breath, a small flower, a quiet hug. It's opening to impermanence so you can cherish each fragile moment. The Buddha taught, one moment lived in awareness is worth more than 100 years in ignorance. That moment, that's when you are truly alive. Imagine standing before a door. Behind you are long days of just getting by, work, responsibilities, worries. Ahead is a new path, where you walk with mindfulness, letting go, compassion, stillness, and a clear purpose. The key is in your hand. These 6 keys aren't far away, they live in each breath, each step. Turn the key, and the door to a truly lived life opens. You don't have to be perfect to begin. Just one small step, pause, breathe, smile. Day by day, moment by moment, you'll see, peace isn't a destination. It's how you walk the road. Remember, you deserve a life full of aliveness, not mere existence. If this touched you, come along as we keep exploring Buddhist wisdom for modern life. Please subscribe to Buddhist Wisdom, Spirituality, tap like, and share this with someone you love. Each week, we'll open another door, to live lighter, deeper, and more fully. Before we go, let's take one deep breath together. Breathe in, know that you are alive. Breathe out, smile, knowing you are truly living. Wishing you peace on your journey.